Hi, I'm Dr. ZaLonya Allen, and welcome to the National Entrepreneurs Association channel. Today, I am here with the valedictorian of Cohort 7. So this is going to be a really great conversation. Her name is Shar Halliburton. Hello, Shar. Thank you for joining me.
Hi, Dr. Allen. I'm so excited to be here today.
Thank you. So first of all, tell us who you are and what you do and what your business is all about.
Sure. My name is Shar Halliburton, but I go by Shar. I'm an international best-selling author, speaker, and the CEO of Shar Detroit Publishing. I help professionals to narrow down their expertise and write a signature nonfiction book to add multiple streams of income.
All right, that's awesome. So what all does that entail? Like, do you go out and speak about that and do workshops, or is it more one-on-one coaching?
All of it. I speak virtually and in person. I do virtual workshops, in-person workshops, and I help them through the entire process, starting with what idea, because a lot of people want to write a book, and so many people don't know what to write their book about. So I help them narrow down their expertise, whatever they're an expert in. That's the best thing to write a book about, so that you can help someone else by teaching them what you know and speeding up the learning curve for them. And I specialize in nonfiction books.
Awesome. We have to talk because I think every entrepreneur should write a book. Like you said, you're an
Yes,
expert, so why not write a book? And that's a great marketing tool.
it is.
All right. So I mentioned at the top of the call, you graduated top of the class valedictorian, which means you had the highest score. In fact, you had a perfect score, which I want to jump into. But before I do, tell us what made you sign up for an entrepreneur boot camp.
That's a great question. I started the entrepreneur process when I started writing my book. Writing a book is one of the easiest ways to become an entrepreneur because you're an author and an entrepreneur, which we call an authorpreneur. So, in the process of writing my book and becoming an entrepreneur, I wanted to make sure I was on the right path for success. Sometimes we pick up different habits that we learn down through the years, and you just keep running your business that way. But I wanted to make sure that I was being professional, efficient, and learning everything that I needed to take my business to the next level. So when I saw this a couple of years ago, I started to see things on Facebook about the NEA Bootcamp. And I said, okay, one day I'm going to be a member of that boot camp. So that's how I decided to be a part of the boot camp.
Amazing. And not only were you a part of it, but you killed it. So, what was your process? Because it's challenging, and from the standpoint, it's a lot of information. So, it's 9 weeks, and every week we bring in a different expert who is an expert in their field. So, you're getting finance, marketing, legal issues, professional networking, social media, psychology. So it's a lot. So how did you digest all of that information in such a short amount of time and earn a perfect score?
Well, to be honest with you, I've been taking so many tests. By trade, I'm an insurance agent. I've been an insurance agent for 24 years. And being an insurance agent, we have to always take certification tests annually. And then, being in college and, I'm always taking tests. So I learned to study, prepare for the test. So what I would do is every week I would take notes, even though you provided notes to us weekly, I would still take my own notes. And then I created a worksheet so that I could review everything. And so I took notes and I compared it with what you had. And you would always tell us, you need to learn this. This is important for the test. And whenever you would say that, I would highlight it. I'm like, okay, I'm going to come back to that. And, the funny thing is, you gave us everything we needed to be successful in the class. You would always tell us, you would have the serious look. You say, you need to know this for the test. And I was like, okay, I'll put an asterisk by it and I will highlight it. And then I would go back after class and review my notes. And I started to do create a worksheet. Module 1, the entrepreneurial mindset. I took my special notes and I put highlighted the things that you highlighted. I highlighted that on my study sheet. And I would just do a running tab every week, review everything, review the quizzes that you would give us during the week and take notes. I just was, I'm a copious note taker and I review my notes. And then I just, review it whenever I would have downtime during the day. I would review my notes. And then the day of, I took off that day for work so I can review my notes so I'll be prepared for the test. So that's how I prepared.
Wow, you said a lot. So what I heard you say is you have good listening skills. You really listen. You wrote things down, which is awesome because when you write, it commits it to memory, your long-term memory. And I think everyone will not do that. They will just get the slides, or the handouts and read through them. So that was really important. And organization, you have to be really organized, organizing all that material. So awesome. Thank you for sharing your process. So valedictorian, was that something that you said, when I take this boot camp, I'm going to graduate at the top of the class? Or were you totally shocked when that happened?
Well, to be honest, when I took the class, I said I wanted to be the valedictorian. I envisioned myself being the valedictorian and I prepared for it. And the funny thing is, this is my second time in my lifetime that I was a valedictorian. I graduated valedictorian from my high school. And then when I learned more about the class and I heard valedictorian, salutatorian, I heard about perfect attendance, I said, okay, either I'm going to be the valedictorian or perfect attendance. I'm going to win something. I just did my best. And I said a prayer, did my best. And that's how, it ended up working. And when we got our test results back and I saw that I had a perfect score, then that kind of gave me a hint. Okay, I'm in the running. And so when I got the scores back, I said, I'm in the running. So I said, let me prepare myself just in case. I didn't know, because I didn't know if anybody else got a perfect score. So I just prepared myself just in case.
Yes, you're in the running when you have a perfect score, and you were the only one with a perfect score. So when we announced it, you initially were a little emotional, but you pulled it together quickly. Tell me what that emotion was about.
I had in my mind, I felt like I was going to be the valedictorian. But when I actually saw my name, I don't know. It's just something that came over me. I just felt emotional. I was trying to just like, okay, you know how you feel like, okay, I feel like I was going to be the valedictorian, but I wasn't for sure. But when I saw it, it just made me feel proud. And it was just, I felt acknowledged. And it was a special moment. It was a special moment because I've had a tough couple of years, and just seeing my name as a valedictorian, it made me feel excited. It made me feel like my hard work is paying off.
How was your experience with your partner?
It was great. We would speak every Monday right before class. Every Monday before class, we would check in. How are you going? How are you doing? Did you do your homework? Did you have questions? We would ask each other questions, make sure that we were all on the right page. And then the day of the test, before the test, we studied together. We went over the study sheet, asked each other questions. My partner, Dr. Tandra Price, she would go through the Facebook group and say, okay, we got to make sure we know all of this stuff. Okay. And I would go through some of the questions that we had and, during the class. So we would, partner up and make sure that we were prepared for the test.
Amazing. So are those your books behind you?
Yes, this is my first book, Skyrocket Your Success, 10 Keys to Refocus, Reposition, and Reclaim Your Purpose. And then I created the second book, Skyrocket Your Success 2.0, the Corporate Women's Roadmap to Navigate from Employee to Entrepreneur. And that's another reason I took the class, because I wrote a book about entrepreneurship. And since NEA is the authority on entrepreneurship, I wanted to make sure I was on the right page and on the right path so that I could, when I share this information, I want to make sure that I was giving entrepreneurs the right information when it came to building their business. And the first module, the entrepreneurial mindset, I talk about that in my book. I talk about different ways to fund your business, legal protection. So a lot of the things that we talked about in class, I have it in my book. So I felt really proud that my book matched up with what we learned in class.
Great, that's reaffirming. And that's the point of the boot camp, to help entrepreneurs fill in the gaps, fill in the blanks, because I look at entrepreneurship as a puzzle, and you might just be missing one or two pieces to that puzzle, and you take the boot camp, you fill in those pieces, and boom, your business takes off. So that's great to hear. I also want to mention that you won a brand new Dell laptop computer valued at $1,500. So thank you to our sponsors at Dell. What are your plans for that computer?
Use it in my business, because the computer that I have now, I needed a new computer. I needed a new computer. So I'm going to use it to help elevate my business, and to use it to create more marketing materials, and just to use it in my business, in my everyday business, because I needed a new computer. So I'm excited. Thank you so much for the opportunity to be in this boot camp. Thank you to Dale. Thank you to Comerica. Thank you to you and Coach Van, because you provided everything we needed to be successful in this course.
Thank you so much. And yes, that was my next mention, Comerica Bank, who they're our partners in this, and they've been amazing to work with. We couldn't do it without their support. All right, so thank you for joining me. That concludes our interview, and I will see you guys next time on the NEA YouTube channel. Good night.
Thank you.